A deal apparently to finalize a contract from the term sheet between Nalcor and Emera in Nova Scotia for the development of the Muskrat Falls has now been finalized. It looks like there will be an announcement made to that effect this morning at 9:45 here in St. John's. The Minister of Natural Resources, Jerome Kennedy, will be taking to the microphones and addressing the media, and through the media, the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, to talk a little bit about this. The deal apparently has now been struck. So the Emera piece of the puzzle is in place. That, of course, would be the subsea line that's going to run across the Cabot Strait to Nova Scotia, delivering Lower Churchill power to Nova Scotia. That is supposed to now be happen and be in place. A significant portion of the $6.2 billion project now ready to go ahead, though as we know it's probably going to be more than $6.2 billion. In fact, we're all pretty sure, including the Premier, it's going to cost more than $6.2 billion. Last night there was a news story on television about work that's already started taking place at Muskrat Falls, physical work where Nalcor's contractors have gone in and cut a swath through a walking trail that takes you in to Muskrat Falls. And for some people, like the Grand River Keepers, who are very environmentally conscious of that area, they are devastated by what they've seen done, because this clear cutting, as it's being called, this swath cut across the land, is where a pole line will be put in to deliver energy to the Muskrat Falls base camp. And that's going to be located on the other side of the Churchill River. So work, and lots of it, underway as it relates to Muskrat Falls. Meanwhile, we're going to have a debate in Newfoundland and Labrador over whether we will or we will not sanction the deal. Now, let me ask you, is this deal going ahead or not? What's your bet? I'm putting the house on, it goes ahead. That's, right? Something shocking is going to have to happen for this deal not to go ahead now, right? I don't know what it would be, but something shocking would have to take place. Certainly an increase in price is not going to do it. For sure, that's not. If you suddenly wake up tomorrow morning and it's not $6.2 billion, but it's $7.8 billion, or it's $8.1 billion. Maybe if it were $12 billion, somebody would say, hang on, we've got to stop. But certainly if it goes up $1.5 billion or $1 billion more, or $500 million more, that's not going to stop the deal. I tell you what I'm going to be interested in. I don't know whether we'll find it out this morning through the news conference or not. This I've got to ask the minister when we get an opportunity. Should we get an opportunity? But somebody in the media will hopefully ask this question this morning. Have they determined what price Nova Scotia ratepayers will pay? Have they determined that? I think back to Mr. Huskelson, who's the CEO and president of Emera, in front of a legislative committee in Nova Scotia not that long ago, saying that asking Nova Scotian ratepayers to pay as high as 14 or 16 cents a kilowatt hour for Muskrat Falls power was simply not on. And I believe that's the exact word. I don't think I'm paraphrasing. That's just not on, I believe, is his exact phrase. So it'll be interesting to know what they're going to pay. And it'll be interesting to know what we're going to pay. And that, I still believe, is going to be one of the more challenging aspects of selling this project to Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. I do. I understand the logic. I understand the argument. But I think asking Newfoundlanders and Labradorians to bear the brunt, pay the full price, while your potential customer pays lower than production cost, I think it's going to be a hard sell. Having said all that, this from those who certainly support this project, I want to see it move forward and move forward quickly. I do think they have to cheer this on because this is a step in the right direction, certainly in their view. It is one of the major building blocks to putting the program together. And so having the Emera contract in place with Nalcor will be viewed as a positive development by all of those a positive development by all of those who want to engage in the process. If you have a comment on it this morning, we'd love to hear from you about Muskrat Falls and about the sanctioning of the project. Somebody said the other day, and I don't know who it was, they're spending $12 million a month. Can it really be that much? $12 million a month on Muskrat Falls?